Unfortunately, I can see that I am a host now, but I don't know if it's a setting somewhere on the account, but I still don't see a chat. Does anybody see a chat function?
It is a setting on there. Let me
Gotcha.
see if I
Why
can
don't we
enable
get
it while we're on the
started?
call.
I think we can manage without the. So first off, good afternoon, everybody. We're so thrilled to have you today. For those that don't know, I'm Mark Colazzo, Executive Director of the Fishtown, Kensington area Business Improvement District, and we're so excited today to offer a new and wonderful free service to all of our businesses that we're starting off for restaurants, taverns, hospitality. Looking back when I first came here back in January of 2020, it's always been our goal, pandemic or no pandemic, how we stay ahead of the technological curve to ensure that we're promoting you and all the great stuff that you are all doing, and to make it as easy as hopping on your phone and finding out, all right, what event's happening at St. Lazarus Bar, and then who's playing over at the Fillmore or over at Punchline Philly. And lo and behold, as we were thinking through that, in walks through my door is young Max Thalmeyer, who's on the phone there, and literally had the same idea that I had. And he, of course, had the drive, the background, and talent to create what you're going to hear about from the ground up. And we are so thrilled to be able to unveil this to you and offer this to you, what we call the FYND, FYND app. And we are thrilled that it is launching in the Fishtown district. And I think it's going to be one of the great ways, especially with the weather getting warmer and the crowds are only going to get greater, to see what you all are doing. We want them to be able to enjoy all that Fishtown has to offer in food, in spirits, in nightlife, in games, you name it, we got it. So without further ado, I want to bring Max on to talk about his brainchild, how easy it is for you all to sign up and to be part of it, and to again remind you everything that you are hearing is free. We are paying for it. So to us, we want to get this launched and open because we think it's a no-brainer. And it's just, we are so thrilled about how successful and thriving the Fishtown district is. Not to pat ourselves, but yesterday I was asked to speak at the Rivers Casino license renewal. And at least 5 times before I even had to go, other witnesses were quoting a Forbes magazine article that we always quote, that talks about how Fishtown has become the model nationally of urban development. And this is just another way we can lead that trend. So without further ado, Max, take it away.
Max,
Thanks,
I
Mark.
apologize. I did set up the settings so that you could chat, but because we're in the meeting, it won't let you do it. So we'll send an email afterwards to everybody.
Gotcha. Perfect. No, we can definitely work with that, and I appreciate it. Thanks for looking into it. Mark, thanks as always for the introduction. For those of you who don't know me, it's nice to meet you. For those of you who we've spoken before, it's good to see you again. It's always nice to see familiar faces. I think the community aspect and the support that everybody clearly has mutually from one another here in Fishtown is one of the reasons why this is just the perfect place to do something like this. As somebody who grew up right outside of Philly and is now, I'm calling you from Second and Girard here. So not technically Fishtown, but I consider myself a Fishtown resident because I spend, a hell of a lot more time on that side of Front Street than on the one that I live on. It's the place to be. There's so many incredible businesses over there, and really, to provide a little bit of background on FYND and how this began, without boring anybody, I'll keep it quick. This began early in the pandemic when my co-founder and I, realized the effect the pandemic is going to have on local businesses in particular. Before we really knew what COVID was or how long it was going to last, we were able to figure out, and by we, I just mean, society as a whole, who this was going to hurt and who was going to really bear the brunt of this, as we went through it all together. And lo and behold, they were right. The newspaper clippings talking about what a brutal time period this was going to be for small businesses. And we kind of looked at each other, my co-founder Chris and I, and said, hey, is there something that we can do to help these businesses who are going to be going through such a tough time, now and going forward in what is already a brutal industry, really competitive, and just wanted to see what we could do. So that was the initial question that this is all spun out of. And one of the things that we found was that, small businesses don't tend to have the marketing budgets of big businesses. And we wanted to put together a tool that was easy to use, that was cheap, that was effective to get eyeballs on the amazing things that small businesses do every day to differentiate themselves, to attract new business, but just have a hard time promoting because number one, you guys are busy. And number two, marketing can be really expensive. So we believe that we can sit as an aggregator to collect all of the things that are happening at great local businesses and places here like Fishtown, put them all in one place, make them easy for people to find, and hopefully that way, get a lot of eyeballs on these things that you guys do that are just absolutely worth promoting. So we're thrilled to be partnering with the Fishtown bid. We think this is the perfect place to be doing something like this because it is. And I really appreciate each and every one of you being here and taking the time to get signed up. Unfortunately, I can't share the sign up link with you in the chat, but I can email it afterwards, like we said, which is totally fine. It's, we put a lot of emphasis on making everything we do easy for you. We understand that none of this works if it's a pain. So getting signed up takes 5 minutes or less. We've set it up so that everything that we can autocomplete for you will autocomplete. You'll see it when you do it. You type in the name of your business, down to the granular details. It'll autocomplete, your business address, your website, your phone number. Once you're in there, we can autocomplete your hours. We really want to cut down on the amount of time and the amount of effort that it takes to get somebody stood up on this. Adding your content, adding your promotional calendar, each event takes about 30 seconds or less to get up and running there. And the more content you post, the more attractive the app is for users, the more value that we have for them, the more people we can get to download, the more eyes that we can get on every single business here in Fishtown. We see this as a huge win-win, and we're really excited to be doing this. And I want to take some time now to answer any questions that anybody might have. After this concludes, I'm happy to send out the sign up link. So anybody that can go through that on their own time, and feel free to obviously reach out to me as often as is necessary. Happy to help with anything if it seems confusing or if something doesn't seem to be functioning the way that it should. Fingers crossed, we haven't had any technical difficulties yet. But just in case, I'm always accessible. Everybody here should have my email, and I want to help out as much as I can. Yes.
Hey, Max,
Mark.
could you share? I was going to say, I'm sorry, Mark. Can you share the sign up just on your screen so everybody can see how simple it is to go through?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or maybe even show the link, show the actual what it looks like.
Yeah.
I would love to, and I have that right here. Let me know when you guys can see it.
Yep, we can see it.
Perfect. So essentially, the link that you'll get in the email will have something just like this. So let me see if I have an email that I haven't signed up with yet. Go first name, last name. I'll use my personal email to demo here. We'll put in a password that already has an account. Let's see.
You can use mine.
I'll use my junk email. Great, there we go. So that'll pull you in right here. We're going to say, what's your business called? Let's demo with one of my Fishtown favorites. Type in Sancho's. You can see it pulls in the address, the phone number, and the website right there. So all you need to do is confirm that those are correct. Scraping those directly from Google, so they should be. You're then going to come down to this section here, Cuisine Tags. So the type of cuisine that your business tends to provide. We try to have a wide variety of tags, as you can tell. Most of these are focused on types of food. So if you're in entertainment, this next section is going to be more your speed. But feel free to select as many of these as you feel are relevant to your business. In either category, this, just like it says here, helps our users find you. Each of these is going to be criteria that are filterable for on the app, within the app, which you'll all be able to download very soon. So we want to help people be able to find you based on what you have. If you feel like there are tags that are missing, I know when we were onboarding Brooklyn Bowl the other day, they noticed that we didn't have a bowling tag yet. This is something that we can add very quickly, very easily. So feel free to just let me know, even after you've set up your account. Hey, we were looking at the tags and we feel like it would be great if we could be known for XYZ. That's something that we'd be happy to add, and I can actually go in and apply that tag once it's in the system to your business afterwards. So feel free to reach out. Which brings me to an important point here, which is, we are a startup. We are a tech company, but we're also really local. Like I said, I live here. I have visited almost every one of your businesses at one point or another, and I'm a huge fan of all of them. So, I want to stress how accessible I am, and how much, even though we're at the early stages, we're very open to feedback. We're building this for you. We want this to be a product that you're excited to be associated with, that you see as something that can hugely benefit your business. We plan to raise some money very soon from institutional VCs to really put a lot of money into our own marketing efforts and user acquisition and things like that to get as many eyeballs on this as possible. So anything that you can think of that might improve this as you're going through it, we want to hear about it. If there's suggestions for features or new tags or anything like that, feel free to reach out and let me know. We really want to work with you to build something here that can really benefit your business as much as possible.
Max, I think that for a tag, I'll email you this as well.
Sure.
But
Yeah,
a
please.
tag that you should definitely have is one for LGBTQ for our neighborhood, because we
Absolutely.
really don't have a lot of businesses. We have a lot of businesses that are LGBTQ friendly. So a tag for that would be great, because not a lot of people know that they can come here in our neighborhood for that.
Absolutely. I think that's an awesome suggestion, and that will be on there by tomorrow. We can definitely get that done tonight. I think that's a fantastic one. And, little things like that, where there's so many things that we want to be able to highlight, and creating a whole category for LGBTQ plus friendly businesses, I think is something that we absolutely want to do. So that's a perfect suggestion. Thank you. That'll be on there very soon. Coming down here, pretty standard stuff. So banner image at the moment, and we're working on this right now, but this is the only thing that you won't be able to edit afterwards. So if you don't have an image on hand, that's fine. You can go ahead and create your account. You'll just have to email me one later, and I'll have to go in and manually do that for you. At the moment, the edit tool for that isn't quite finished. But if you do have an image, feel free to put it in there. We can deal with almost every size or format of images. JPEGs work best just because they're most standard. And just a little tip, we've noticed that landscape images tend to work better than portrait because they will be displayed as a landscape rectangle sort of within the app. So putting something in there that's a little too vertical might stretch a little bit, but any picture of the facade of the business, of the interior of the business, that's what most people have been using as they signed up, and they look great. You're then going to put in the one thing that we can't autocomplete for you, which is a brief description of your business, whether you want to copy it from your website or from Google, or type something up on the spot. That's totally fine. However you want your business to be described within the app, go right ahead and do that. So then we're going to hit submit and continue. You're going to come in here. You're going to see all your business information up at the top left. This can all be edited. You're going to want to do the first thing when you come in, click this sync hours from Google Places. That's going to pull in the hours that are listed with Google. So again, just making sure those are accurate is the only thing you need to do there. You're going to see your tags here, and you'll see the app preview. This is what the business is going to look like within the app. You'll see the image there that I did not upload. A couple things to highlight.
With the hours, do we have to make sure they're updated on Google in order for it to be updated on this app, or can we manually do it on the FYND app?
You will be able to manually do it on the FYND app. We built it this way initially to pull from Google just because we figured that would be easier, but you will have the ability to edit them manually. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Last couple of things to do on here. So first, starting in the top right, if you'd like to create another business, I know, Matt, when you and I spoke on Friday, you talked about listing, the Fillmore main stage and the Foundry separately, possibly. So you can do that up here by creating another business, which will automatically become associated with the same account that you've created to log into this one. If you have somebody else that you're working with that you'd like to give access to this account to help manage it, whether that's a social media manager, a marketing manager, or just a business partner, you can do that here with the invite user tab. So in order to do that, you type in the email that you'd like to invite. That's an old one of mine. You click send invite, and it will generate this link here. All you then need to do is send this link to that person. And once they create an account, they'll automatically be associated with the business that you've created here. I think that's it for everything in the top right. Obviously, if you need support, feel free. Our support email is always right there. That goes directly to me. So that's just yet another way to get in touch with me, and I will always be extremely responsive to that. And of course, the last piece here that's very important, adding a promotion, adding an event. So I said this takes 30 seconds, pretty quick, pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. You can type in the name, example, Taco Tuesdays, description, free tacos. Wouldn't that be nice? You tell us when it's happening. So we'll go the 29th at 2:00 p.m. to 5:00 p.m. You then tell us if it's recurring. If this is something that happens every Tuesday, you can click that. You tell us it takes place on Tuesdays, even though I think the 29th is a Friday, so I'm probably going to confuse it. And then you can tell us that it's a food special, a game night, live music, anything you want going on. Maybe you have live music to go along with the tacos. You click create event, and there it is. You can see that popping up twice there because that's the next 2 Tuesdays, and that will automatically recur for every Tuesday therein. So if there's any questions, happy to take them now. But hopefully everything is pretty self-explanatory. We hope that we've made it easy enough that it's not going to be, like I said, anything that feels like a burden. We want this to be as easy as possible, but any suggestions anybody has to improve it, we're always all ears. We want to work with you guys on this.
Thanks, Max. And one of the things I want to stress to everybody is, Matt, we understand in the beginning, it might seem a little more difficult than it is. Max is happy to take the time to walk you through it, to have it done for you and to answer these questions. Max, is there a completed page, even if it's not from Fishtown, that you could show what it might look like, a little sample?
Sure, absolutely. Give me 1 second to sign in, and I will pull up a fun one for us here. All right. Let's use a real one. Why not? We've been using Patty's Pub as our demo, but we'll pick somebody local. So Brooklyn Bowl is all set up. Can you guys still see my screen all right?
Yes.
All right, excellent. So this is an example of what their profile looks like right now. I believe they took that description directly off the website. They have their reoccurring every Sunday family bowl. They also put in one of the shows that's going to be taking place on May 4th. You can see they've tagged themselves as being in Philly. They're American, a music venue, casual dining, bar, bowling, nightclub. And there you can see that image, how that comes in within the app.
Can you show us how that looks on the front end too?
Sure.
Like, so as a customer.
That's going to require me to pull this up on my phone here. Now, 2 ways that I could do this. Number one, I could hold my phone up to my camera right now, which might be a little gross. Or if you give me 1 second, I could join the call from my phone and share my phone screen. So I don't know what's preferable.
Why don't we go with option 2?
Okay.
Since we like to avoid gross options.
We do. I'm just worried that the background might be a little blurry and that might affect things. So let me get on that.
Do whatever you think is most effective.
Absolutely. Best foot forward here.
So Mark, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the fact that this is being paid for by the bid.
Yes, once again, we will confirm that this is entirely paid for you by the bid.
There's 2 maxes on here.
We have dueling maxes.
Do I have to make you co-host as well? There's me.
That's
Thanks.
awesome. So does that mean when we turn it on, Randy's face is on everybody's screen to start? Now that could be worse, so we're not
People
criticizing.
will make millions.
Because it's worked so well for you.
It has.
Oh, this app looks awesome.
Max is on mute.
Max, you're on mute.
Your main one. There
Got it. Got it.
Janae said it looked awesome, by the way. Thank you, Janae.
I heard that, and I really appreciate that. We put a lot of time into it. So essentially, when people come into the app, you see we have amalgam there. Sorry, always a mess being in here twice, trying to avoid the echo, but hopefully it's not burn anybody's ears.
Randy, do we have one set up yet?
We do not. We will do
You are
that
now
today.
entrusted with setting that up.
Yeah,
You and your
perfect.
husband.
So here's the app. You can see a couple of businesses are missing photos, but we're going to get those set up very soon. So people will come in, they'll see this. This is the homepage where we can kind of sort by any criteria that we're looking for. Distance, different types of cuisine, top rated, lack of businesses, any of the criteria that you insert as a tag for your business can be searched for here. As far as where to find the content, you'll notice that a lot of this is fake. A lot of this is test data. So we're going to come over to here, there's specials and events page, and here's where users can really just find whatever's going on around them with a tap or two. So if I'm looking for a food special on Friday, I tap food specials, I tap Friday, and then I can scroll through and find everything happening locally around me. Same thing with live music on Tuesday. There's that Taco Tuesday event that I created earlier. So all very simple, all very easy. Users can favorite their favorite businesses. They can share their favorites with their friends. But this discovery piece here is really what it's all about.
Max, is there a designation for women-owned business as well?
Yes, there will be if there isn't already.
Also, can we get Fishtown in as one of the tags?
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, we should put Fishtown and Kensington.
So we're working right now. At the moment, we have the ability to search by city. We are not active in Boston. My co-founder is located in Boston, and I think he's putting that up there as a little bit of a silent, advocation for getting up there as quickly as possible. I think he wants to see this in his neighborhood. I'm putting my foot down. Philly's the place to be. Happy hours are illegal in Boston. It's just not where we want to do this. I know it's an antiquated law, but they have this thing going on up there where if you're going to offer a drink special, you have to offer it for 24 hours. So nobody ever has a happy hour because they don't want to do it all day and all night. It's totally backwards. Don't get me started. Just one more reason why Philly is superior and why we're happy to be here and not there. But we will soon have the ability to search for, we just hired a new engineer this week, our third, which is very exciting. We're a team of 6 now. And we're working on the ability to search within specific neighborhoods of specific cities. So that's coming very, very soon.
And also, Max, in the future, once again, things get going, you're also going to add, besides we're going to add retail and other things later after we cover our restaurants, bars, taverns, entertainment. You're also going to be working on a map, correct?
Correct. So the map
Interactive
view, yes, the map view will be interactive. That is also coming soon, probably right after the neighborhood search. So we have it designed. We've worked with our designers. We know exactly what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like. It's just about having the engineers take the time to code it and get it in there. But the map view will also be coming. Think of it as the pamphlet that the Fishtown did so well with, but interactive and digital and able to be updated.
Any questions, everyone?
Yeah, well, speaking of design, will we be able to maybe get a sticker or something to put on our business doors so people will know, maybe like a QR code that links them?
Absolutely. I'm so glad you brought that up. So that's something that we actually have in production right now. One of the things that I'm curious about, asking you guys is, what kind of materials would you be interested in? We can do stickers, we can do bar coasters if that's something that's useful. We can do table tents, anything that you feel is worth promoting and worth having at your business. We want to help drum up as much interest for this as possible, because what helps us helps you. That's what we exist to do. So absolutely, the stickers are coming. I look forward to walking them around and handing them out and meeting everybody personally.
I like the coaster idea too. That's great.
Awesome. Cool. Good to know. Thank you.
To avoid that echo, you can get on, you can remove your phone.
I was kind of hoping that you guys weren't hearing that. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Anything else? By the way, Janae, is that baby just sleeping yet?
She is knocked out. Want to see her?
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, the life I wish I could lead.
Yeah,
Mine is.
I got a sleeping dog on the bed behind me too. I just anytime I want to be jealous, I just turn around.
That's it. I wish I could curl up next to her, but I have so much work to do.
Max, can you release? I know you're going to email everyone, but you want to shout out your email to everybody here again so they have it?
Sure, absolutely. So I will. I'll be sending out an email right after this. But if you have a pen and paper handy, my email is max@getfind.app. So GETFYND.app. Always happy to correspond through that or any other means. Like I said, that support email that you can always find in the top right corner of the portal there will also go directly to me. So if you ever need to find me, hopefully there are multiple ways you can get a hold of me. I don't want to be a stranger. Let's put it that way.
And then we all
You don't
things
want to
to do.
be hard to find.
Ooh, I see what
Snap.
you did there.
That was good.
And
I'm gonna drop the mic on that one, Janae.
beat
I
me
think
to
we should
that.
close on that. But before we
Yeah,
do, does
Thanks for
anyone
that.
have anything further? Any other questions from? And again, if you have any specific things, we'll all make sure to take the time with you all individually to explain it, sign you up, and getting everybody to find you. Thank you.
This is big for the brand. I got to start using that. I haven't made one corny fine pun this entire time. That's a travesty.
Yeah, well, Janae and I made up for it.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
Well, with that, guys, have a great day. I hope you'll come see us tomorrow at 6:00 at Vince's for free pizza. And look forward to celebrating with everybody. Max, great job, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate this as always.